Good morning, students. This is Amnijit Tripathi, your computer teacher, and we are discussing on an Scholar Public School online teaching platform. And today we are going to discuss about token. In previous class, we have discussed about values and data. We have started a new chapter, that is values and data types. In it, we have discussed about character text, ASCII code, Unicode. These are some of the language which is used in your keyboard to provide an input to your computer system, which we see see the display on the monitor. It consists some number which has been executed by our computer, and which will display some letters, some words, some digits, some symbols on your monitor. Today we are going to discuss about token. So what is that token? Token are the smallest individual units in a program. They are the valid characters or symbols that can be used in Java programs. What are they? They are the smallest individual, a small input unit in a program which is actually been used valid character. It is in actually used valid character or symbol where in a Java program. This will be used in a Java program. Thus they form the fundamental building blocks in a program. They usually form the fundamental building blocks in a program. What are they? Java provides us with the following tokens. They provide us with the following tokens. The one is keyword, second is identifier, third is literals, fourth is punctuators, fifth is operators. We are going to discuss these different tokens in our chapter. The first is your keyword. What is your keyword? The reserved word. Okay. These are what keywords. These are reserved words in Java and thus provide a special meaning to a Java compiler. It provides some special meaning to a Java program, to a Java compiler. Okay. They are only used where it is applicable and henceforth cannot be used anywhere else other than where it is applicable. This keyword is used where is the place, okay, where it should be used. It can't be used anywhere in the program instead of the place where it should be applicable. Okay. आप चाहो तो इफ स्टेटमेंट का यूज जहां पे जरूरत है वहीं पे कर सकते हो, बिकॉज इट इज कांस्टेंट, इट हैज सम मीनिंग इन अ जावा. आप उसका यूज हर जगह नहीं कर सकते. दैट इज योर कीवर्ड. Next we are going to talk about, okay, here is the example given over here. Let's have a discussion. This will be done. Thank you. Okay, my students, here a list of 50 keywords of Java programming language. You can see, use any of the following as identifier in your program. The keyword const and goto are reserved even though they are not currently used. The keyword true, false and null are actually literals and therefore cannot be used as identifier in your program. The table shows below the various keywords that are available in Java. 50 keywords are given in here which we can use only at the place where it is actually been used. Other that we can not use in our program. Okay, here some of the keywords they are given: const, goto. They are reserved, actually but not used in your program. Then also they are reserved. True, false and null, they are also reserved in your Java program. So here are some of the keywords given in the Java. The words are abstract, continue, for, new, switch, assert, default, goto, package, synchronized. These are some of the 50 keywords which we should use the place where it is actually being used in a program. Other than that place, we will not use this word in your program. Next we are going to talk about an identifier. These are names given in different parts or elements of a program to identify it. The names that are given to the various elements or parts of the program should be uniquely and therefore should remain outside the ambit of the ambiguity. The different parts of elements that are that are to be named, including class, object, variables, functions, array, package, interfaces, threads, etc. Okay, let's have a discussion on it. These are names given to different parts or elements of a program to identify it. These are the names which should be given in a different parts of a program to identify it. Okay, उसको पता करने के लिए. Okay, the names that are given to a various elements or parts of a program should be unique. Which name we have provided, that shouldn't be used everywhere in a program. Okay, and therefore should remain outside the ambit or ambiguity. It should remain that merging. It should remain outside from that merging of that program. The different parts or elements that are to be named including classes, objects, variables, functions, array, package, interface, thread, etc. These are different parts or elements that are to be named. Okay, that are to be named. That is class. It should be named. Different programs have different classes, and that class name are been different from other program. Okay. While using identifier, the following set of rules are to be kept in mind. For using the identifier, that these are the rules. ये सब rules हैं जिसको अपने दिमाग में रखना है. It can have any letters of the alphabet, capital or small. कोई भी letter हो सकता है आपका letter का कोई भी alphabet हो सकता है that may be a capital or small, digits, underscore and dollar sign character. For example, A, B, cat, mat 123. These are some of the valid identifiers. Okay, it should start with the alphabet, or it may contain digits, underscore or dollar sign. Okay, it can use it. It should not begins with digit or should not contain any special character. शुरुआत में हम लेटर का ही यूज करेंगे, किसी नंबर का, किसी स्पेशल सिंबल का यूज नहीं कर सकते. ओके, जैसे @ दैट शुडंट बी यूज. इट कैन नॉट हैव अ स्पेस बिटवीन इट. हम कभी भी आइडेंटिफायर में कोई स्पेस का यूज नहीं कर सकते. ओके, फॉर एग्जांपल सिंपल इंटरेस्ट और सेलिंग प्राइस आर इनवैलिड आइडेंटिफायर. ये देखिए इसमें स्पेस है, इसलिए दे आर इनवैलिड आइडेंटिफायर. इट मस्ट नॉट बी अ कीवर्ड, reserve word. It shouldn't be any type of keyword. Okay. Fifth, wait students. Okay, thank you. Okay. Fifth, it can be of any length. Okay, length मायने नहीं रखता. It can be of any length. Wait students, wait for a while. Okay. It can be of any length, even though Java gives you the flexibility to provide a huge length for an identifier. A very long name is impractical and difficult to manage. उसका लेंथ मायने नहीं रखता, वो कितना भी बड़ा हो सकता है, कितना भी छोटा हो सकता है, बट बेसिकली हम छोटा नाम ही रखता है क्योंकि ज्यादा बड़ा नाम होगा तो हमें याद करने में दिक्कत हो सकती है. That is why it says that Java name is impractical. Very long name is impractical to and difficult to manage. Okay. Since Java is case sensitive. What is case sensitive, my students? Listen carefully. Case sensitive means if you are using capital, then in a whole program you have to use capital only. If you are using small, then in a whole program you should use small letter only. Okay, because it is an case sensitive. If you use capital, number will change, and if you use small, the number will change. We have discussed it before that every character has some unique number. So for using that input only, for getting that input only, we have to use same type, that is your same case sensitive. Okay, it treats capital letter as an uppercase and small letter as an lower case. Small letter छोटा है lower case, बड़ा है upper case. Okay, differently. Thus mark, see the way how the mark has been wrote over here. Marks and marks may be considered completely different from each other. कहीं भी इन लोग को यूज सेम नहीं करेगा, ये डिफरेंट हो जाएंगे एक दूसरे से. नेक्स्ट इज योर conventions for naming identifier. What is the conventions for naming identifier? While following the above mentioned rules for naming identifiers, one should also abide some conventions which are universally accepted worldwide. But conventions are conventions and not rules, and therefore you must choose not to use any convention or use them partially. Here are some of the conventions that are followed mostly by programmers. These are the rules which we have to follow for creating your identifier. These are some of the conventions which you can use it, or otherwise you can leave it also. It shouldn't be used. You can use partially. It is not required that you have to use all the conventions. What is first one? Name of the method and instance variable should begin with lower case. Always the name should begin with a lower case, that is sum, marks, constant, etc. The class name should, these are some of the ideas which we can use while creating the identifiers. Class name should begin with capital letter. For each class we have to use capital letter, but for method we should use small letter. If method name, variable name or class name consists of more than one word, okay, if they use more than one word, the first letter of each new word should be in upper case. अगर दो से ज़्यादा वर्ड हो रहे, एक से ज़्यादा वर्ड हो रहे हैं, तो पहला लेटर किसी भी वर्ड का कैसा होना चाहिए? कैपिटल होना चाहिए. फॉर एग्जाम्पल क्लास नेम, my class, account detail, okay, here see, my class changes, I am also capital and C also capital, account detail, A capital, D capital, method names, okay, method name, how we have to use method name? Small letters, class name, this type, okay. So my students, today we have discussed about identifiers, how we can use an identifiers, what are the keywords. In our next class we are going to discuss about literals. Thank you, have a nice day.